Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Sunique, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about the past month. So I'm working with different decks throughout the year, but mostly aligned to Fae energy. Well, that's the intention for the year. Working alongside the Flickering Cauldron Moon Diary, which is this one here. So we've just been for a walk, me and the dog, and oh, what a glorious day. It's absolutely beautiful. I've took a few photographs, which I'll put here if they look okay, if they've turned out okay, because they're just from the phone. Yeah, so we had this little walk around the coast, really close to where I am. And the sea was absolutely gorgeous colour, the sky, oh, it was just perfect. Little boats and that out on the sea, it was really nice. And also, we have the hawthorn blossoms out, gorgeous. And so much wild garlic, there's wild garlic everywhere. And the aroma, the smell is really pungent as well. It's a protected plant here, you're not supposed to actually take any. Anyway, I'm going to talk now about this month. So let's take a look at the Moon Diary first for this month. And I have a problem, which has been rectified, actually has been rectified. But I don't know. I don't know if it was because of Mercury in retrograde or what was happening with the moon or whatever, but it's been a little bit of a problematic month. And even with the Moon Diary, because I was happily going along with my Moon Diary, only to find, when I got to the 10th and turned over, it went on to the 21st. So, yeah, pages missing, and it really put me off my stride. So you can see there's like big gaps here, but some of these are actually filled in on the actual pages, to be fair. They are there, here. But they're not on here. I haven't actually written them on there, which is I intend to do, so I can give a good overview of what was happening. So there was that, and I mean, bless them. What an amazing company. When I emailed them and pointed it out, they've actually sent me not only another diary that has got the correct information or the correct pages in there. So the ones that were missing was these two pages here. And I do like to actually put a little synopsis of the pull in these entries here. But yeah, not only did they send me another copy of the Moon Diary to replace that one, they also sent me this book of connections, which I've never had one of these before. And it is what it says. Oh, it's gorgeous. Their imagery, it just calls to me. I think it's beautiful. So the Flickering Cauldron Witchy Book of Connections is designed as an address / password book for your desktop at home. So yeah, sensitive information, so you keep this at home. And we've got beautiful imagery. And then we have about me, it says. So name, address, postcode, all your personal things, landline, mobile, work stuff, passport, your doctor, dentist. I'm lucky to get a dentist. Contact in case of emergency. I'd love a dentist. Anyway, council tax, ugh. Electricity and gas, telephone, internet, mobile phone company, bank, and then notes. And then we've got this here, it says, actions are powerful, but so are your words. Very true. And this is gorgeous, like a little baby dragon with a lantern there. That's beautiful. It's quite dark, so I'm hoping the images are showing. But we've got this baby dragon here in the background. Then we've got these books. Herbology, Advanced Potion Making, the Standard Book of Spells, Intermediate Transformation, History of the Dark Arts, 1881. And it says, be nice to those around you. So yeah, it comes alphabetically down here, and I think, yeah, each time you get to another letter of the alphabet, we get another picture. So we have some nice candles. Can you be more than you think you are? Don't take life for granted, time is fleeting. And I've just noticed that the letter at the beginning of each one is the same as the letter that we're on. So E, echoes of the past make for a stronger future. And we've got a deer or a stag in the background there. F, find time for others and enrich your life. Look at those crystals. Ooh, lovely. G, give gratitude and heart to Mother Nature. Spiders, fears or tears? Not sure if that's fears or tears. Moths. Heal your mind, spirit, body and soul. I've got this, again, faded image in the background. Look at this witchy hat. There's that, I think it says tears. I am me, I am unique, I am worth it. Unique. Love it when that word comes up. Yeah. Sunique, unique. Anyway. Just be you, stay true to yourself. Absolutely. This bubbling cauldron. Kind words can transform someone's day. It's a nice practice that, to actually find an opportunity in the day to say something uplifting to somebody. Let it all go and let your light shine. We've got that lamp again. These moths. Oh, moths. Make a difference. Find forgiveness. Never give up. You are worth it. Only you can change your world. Practice may not make perfect, but getting close is good. Question everything so you are always learning. Respect yourself and others around you. Seek and listen. You will find your answers. We've got those books again. Crystals again. Take your time. Be patient. It will come. Understand your power. Use it wisely. That's a zodiac signs there. View the moon and bask in her energy. Watch the stars. Be at one with the universe. Exclude all negative thoughts. Be positive. You must always remain true to yourself. Zen, peace and love is good for the mind and soul. There we go, and that's the back. Printed in the United Kingdom. Right, that's the back of the book. And it's a hardback book as well, which is great. So thank you very much, Flickering Cauldron. I do appreciate that. That was a kind gesture. So let's start with the diary. And for the month of April, we have our month overview and our fairy called Petaline. Petaline? And this is the Aries fairy. The colours are white, blue and green. Talks about Aries energy here, aligning it to the fairy. Then we have some correspondence here. So the element is fire, the quality cardinal, ruling planet is Mars, in detriment is Venus, in exaltation is the Sun, and in fall it is Saturn. So useful information if you follow astrology. The gemstones, we have bloodstone, modern diamond and traditional diamond. Mystical is opal, planetary stone is jasper, and the talismanic stone is topaz. And here's my little piece of topaz, little piece of blue topaz here. There we go, that's my little piece of topaz for this month. So here we go into detail about jasper. Then the birth flower for the month of April is daisy, and all about daisies, how to use them. Then we have build your own fairy garden, which is really useful this time of year, isn't it, when spring is coming. So choosing the location, planning the design. gathering materials, preparing the soil, plant the garden, add fairy accessories, create paths and borders, water and care, invite the fairies, enjoy and expand. Yeah, and we've got a fairy in the background there. So I have been working on my garden. It's nearly killed me. We had a super new moon on the 8th of April, so we've got all the correspondences to that and the information. And then this one, which is brilliant, how to make fairy dust. Got my little page marker there. I do like those page markers. They come from Colt Pens. When you get an order, they always include a little bookmark. Really nice. So yeah, the ingredients, how to make it, and how to use it. That's really nice. And then we had the pink full moon on the 24th. The intentions and correspondences with that. So the colours, the crystals, the herbs, the intentions, insights, animals, activities. Now, because we also had Earth Day as well on the 22nd, by the by, because those pages were missing, it really, as I said, it put me off my stride in working with this alongside my card pulls. So I started off the month with this deck, gifted to me by Poppy Palin, and this is with the Wild Spirit Tarot. And yeah, I worked with that up until the 10th, and then that's when the pages were missing in the diary. So for the first 10 days I worked with this deck, and I started off by asking this deck which oracle it would like to work with, and I got the Ace of Air. See if I can find it now. There it is. The beauty of colour coding is you can get to the cards a lot quicker. Anyway, this was the card Ace of Air Egg here, and this brought to mind, you know, with the birds as well, this oracle deck. Let me find it here. The Winged Enchantment Oracle deck. This is a Lisa Hunt artwork. And so I worked with this alongside, and it worked really well actually. I got Lark with the first pull when I asked about working together. Let's find Lark. Really should have been a lot more organised. That's God. Yeah, I love Lark. We've got a lark, skylarks over the golf course. Oh, they're so loud, so loud. And so it felt like this deck really wanted to have a voice, and Lark would give it that voice, because Lark is really loud. And Skylark really does herald spring for me. When I hear them, I know spring's on its way, and I really like that. And the messages were about manifestation and harmony. And I thought it was a really nice way to start the month. I have the Six of Fire with Falcon. There we go. Six of Fire with Falcon. Those are the next two cards. And there's a lot of bird energy in this deck as well. So they worked really well together, as I say. And the message here was about pushing oneself to their limits. I mean, we've got this spiral dance here, a lot of energy. And it's talking about quick action towards purpose and encouraging action towards greater things and towards success, which is really empowering. So then I had the King of Water, and this really reminded me actually of the Chrysalis deck, which is one I've been researching a lot as well during the month. That was the other practice that I was doing, because I am thinking about using the Chrysalis Tarot next month. So I've been looking into it, and this really looked, I thought, oh, that looks like the Chrysalis Tarot, to me anyway. And I had that with Magpie. Oh, the Magpie, yeah, I had that with Magpie. And you know, there's so many magpies around at the moment, they're prolific everywhere. So this was talking about speaking from the heart. This is a soothsayer, as it says here, and showing you true colours. So it's advising to cease this internal chatter, which is where the magpies come in. in order to reach the truth. I mean, the soothsayer tells stories, but within those stories are truths provided as story. So it asks, what are you avoiding? How can you utilise resources? And that includes time as well, which has been a bit of an issue throughout the month, actually, is utilising the resource of time. And of course, because it's a storyteller, and this is the water suit, this is our emotional stories, isn't it? So telling our stories with truth and trying to get past the emotions and look for the real message there. Another draw was the Seven of Air with Migration with Raven. So we can see there's, I don't know if there's swifts or swallows, but you get the idea here of moving on. Time to move on, don't stand still. Follow the sun. But this is an air suit, so we're talking intellect and mind and words. So it's time to move on really from that inner dialogue, shall we say. So there was a few more pulls until I actually decided to change decks. Now, why did I decide that? I found working with this deck, and I love this deck. I've got a playlist of this deck and Poppy's other deck, the Everyday Enchantment Tarot, which I'll link below. But what I found is very concerned with ecology, and it almost felt like I was being scolded as a human for the way that the earth is being ravaged, which I take on board, but it wasn't really helping me with daily draws. It was wasn't really the energy that I was looking for in a Fae deck, although it's absolutely full of Fae imagery and beautiful it is, absolutely. It really wasn't working for me at this time, so I decided I was going to swap it out for another deck. So as I got the Tarot of Echoes in, and I couldn't wait to work with this one, I actually put everything aside, got out the Tarot of Echoes, got out the Oracle of Echoes, and I thought, I'm going to work with these, but I also carried on working alongside it with the Winged Enchantment Oracle. So I was working with all three of these together. Yeah, this is where I lost the pages. And this is where I started to get really confused, because I've got blank spots in my diary for 3 days. So I'm sure, can I blame Mercury retrograde? Because nothing was working for me at that time. I was playing with other decks, but nothing was connecting. And I don't know why, it just wasn't connecting. So, yeah, this Tarot of Echoes is absolutely beautiful. And the first card that I pulled was the Five of Wands. And I'm like, oh, okay. This doesn't want to work alongside Poppy's deck. Because I'd asked it, do you want to work alongside Poppy's deck? And that's the card that I got. And I thought, no, they're going to butt heads. It's not going to work. So that's why I put Poppy's deck to one side and got out the Oracle of Echoes. And the card that I got was Gift, which was this one. And look how those colours line up together. Isn't that beautiful, the way they line up? So the gift in looking at somebody else's point of view, and I took that as that's what needed to happen for at least the next few days, is to look at tarot from a different point of view, because looking at it through Poppy's Wild Spirit deck wasn't what I needed in this time, and I knew that, and that sort of confirmed it to me. And I also had Turkey. So those were the three cards that I got together. So Turkey gives the gift of themselves, don't they, to feed people. And Turkey energy is called giveaway. Actually, let's have a look at the guidebook for that, because I'm working off what I know of Turkey from the Sam's book. It's a book I've had for a long time, actually. And I always align my animals with Jamie Sam's. In this deck, yeah, I am Turkey, the giveaway bird. I am gratitude, I am nourishment, I am the sacrifice of the soul. I am martyrdom, and the reason we hold fast to our beliefs. Line to that. I am plenitude and harvest. I am the path of service and humility. I relinquish the ego. I renounce the self. I am the benefit of the greater good. You are being asked to serve a purpose. You are being guided to put something else first. Without empathy, we do not evolve. I am the life of charity. I am the bounty that can be shared with others. Look around to see who needs you. Your own needs may have to wait for a while. I am the spirit of living honourably. There is quite dignity in servitude. You are a vessel for greater good. You are compassion. You are giving of yourself. You are Turkey. So I thought those three cards together and the messages there just were fantastic. And I thought, oh, this is really going to work. So 3 weeks into the month, I decided to actually use the Everyday Enchantment Tarot, which is this deck. I come back to this deck time and time and time again. It's my soul deck. If there is a soul deck I have, it's this one. I absolutely adore this deck. This is the one where I've taken the borders off. I know the deck well enough not to actually need it to tell me which card I'm looking at. And I used this pretty much on its own. Yeah, I did. I used it on its own all through the rest of the month. And it's my home deck, this is. It actually gives me the truth, it tells me the truth, and it's very down to earth, this deck. It's very, like it says, every day. It's bringing the tarot into everyday life and takes away the esotericism of it, really. It's, for me, this is a deck, when I see the card, I don't really even need to read the guidebook, it just tells me exactly what I need to know. This is my least favourite card in the deck. The only thing I don't like about this deck, actually, is the cardstock. I really hate the cardstock. But I've been doing some spreads with this deck, and that was a spread, actually. Some of the cards from the spread. And it's just been so helpful in my day-to-day situations, and what's been happening in my day-to-day. So that was the deck that I used for the rest of the month. So that was pretty much my practice in April. I didn't do a deck interview spread. I didn't do any moon spreads this month, and I'm not going to apologise for that to myself or anyone else. It just wasn't happening for me. This always reminds me of my granddad. My granddad, among other things, was an actual farmer. This is the King of Pentacles. So in touch with the land. Knowing how to be with the land. I thought, as we're coming up to Beltane, and so I have my Beltane Oracle. And I thought, just to close out the month, we'll use this. Can you see, I've been topsy-turvy all month. Topsy-turvy. Which deck do I use? Yeah, I'm using this one. No, I'm not using that. I'm using this. No, I'm not using that. I'm using this. Which wasn't what my intention was. My intention was to go really deep with one deck for the month. And I hope to get back on track with that next month. I'm just a wildcat. I pulled that the other day. And I thought, what a brilliant message Goat is. What a brilliant message. This guidebook for this one is so, so good. So we've got some spreads here. And there's an actual Beltane spread, which is pretty big. It's like a Celtic cross, really. So maybe we should do that one. So, oh, actually it says Celtic cross spread. An all-round tarot spread can be used in nearly every situation. So this one's reimagined using themes specifically related to Beltane. Each card position except card 1 is named after a card in the deck. If you feel called, you can read the meaning or invocation of the corresponding card for further guidance. Oh, I see. So you can just use a card, position 10, fertilising. What is the outcome of this situation? But I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's just shuffle and see, shall we? We shall shuffle and see. Oh, we've got these bees on the back. I was watching bees earlier today, actually. Sat watching over the harbour, and there are plants there by the bench that I was sitting on. And I was just watching the bees. Busy bees. That was lovely. Okay, so card 1. So take this if it resonates with you. If it doesn't, leave it. Doesn't need to be your reading. It might be mine. We don't know. Let's have a look. But this is for the collective. Okay, so card 1 is your current energy. And I might have to go to the guidebook because we have writing on the card, but it might be nice to clarify with the book. So your current energy, card 1, is self-worship. My hands fold as I speak to the stars, watching as the sky holds its breath. It's in stillness that I find all that I am and all of divinity within me. So our current energy is looking within. We've got mirror reflection here. We've got this bee here. So looking after ourselves. That's the current energy for Beltane. We look after ourselves. Sacrifice. What is currently in your way of success? So this is the crossing card. So what's in the way of your success currently is stone circle, which goes that way. The stone circle. In ceremony, you conjure a devotion so deeply it reflects thy worship into yourself. So that's what's crossing. Card 3, the flower crown. What has caused this situation? I'm going to look at what that situation is, actually. 39. Well, it says that you find yourself with stone circle today because you have been living too fast. You're being guided to see the small magic and notice the blessings, signs and energy that are swirling around you. You'll know the small magic by the way it makes you feel. So, yeah, you've been going too fast and you need to slow down and seek ways to invite more ritual into your daily life. Card 3, flower crown. What has caused this situation? So why are we moving too fast? Not taking the time to go within. What's caused this? The Phoenix. Summoned, your flesh rises from the ashes and into the expansive flame of your soul. So it's a rebirth situation. If I can get these on. Not be able to, but I'll give it a go. So rebirth is finding a new way of being, isn't it? Saying goodbye to one way of life and re-emerging as another way of life, another way of being from the ashes of what was. So that's why we've been running around. We want something more than what we have. We want to change. Let's see what the guidebook says. She allows self-destruction to take hold, tearing apart the old so that a new, more enlightened being can take shape. You can see the intelligent process of the life and death cycle all the time. So how seasons change. Phoenix is a lightning blaze in your life. It feels like a tower energy. Do not consider this process to be a sacrifice. Instead, consider it to be a trade-in or an upgrade rather than a loss, for what you will receive in return will be much improved from what you have now. Phoenix represents a breakthrough or a significant change in circumstances. So maybe that's what's happened. That's why we've not been able to slow down, because our circumstances have changed and we're adapting to them. Yeah, I can take that. Can you take that? Okay, the next position. Ribbons, what do you need to be aware of? And it actually doesn't tell you where the cards go apart from card 1. So, I guess. So 1, 2, 3. What do you need to be aware of? So I'm going to put that there, I think. What you need to be aware of. Or something maybe you're not aware of that needs to come to light. Ooh, take that one. Ooh, release. Thrust your body, elevate your spirit, open the gates to your renewal. Interesting. Release is a necessary part of life that you must give way to from time to time. When that does not happen, your soul becomes too overwhelmed and will seek release in other more destructive ways. So this is necessary then. This is absolutely necessary energy, this Phoenix energy. Because if we don't and we bottle it up, we might have an emotional release that's a bit dramatic. It talks about, the storm brewing within. And gives advice. You can dance or cook or lose yourself in art, body expression or music. The medium doesn't matter if it brings you a sense of freedom. So that's a beautiful message. Our next card. Surrender. A past situation that's influencing you, so that'll go there, won't it? So the past situation that's influencing you. Maypole. May Day's nearly on us, isn't it? I am fertile in what I seed, for there is reason to dance and drink upon the riches I receive. So we have the maidens dancing round the maypole, which is a fertility symbol. So it would seem, I'm just reading the guidebook, so it would seem here we have our maidens living in the present moment, not worrying at all about any doubts, allowing those doubts to fall away, and saying that solutions can come in the most unexpected ways and will often do so when you give your fears to the universe so you can go out and play. So in the past then, there's been a tendency to obsess over things, overcoming problems, whatever's happening in life, just going over and over and over it again. I mean, they're going round and round and round this maypole. So maybe that could align to the fact that we overthink things. We've done that in the past. Too much overthinking has influenced the way that we are today, because the situations don't always work out the way we want them to. And if we've experienced that, then there's a fear there that it might happen again. So, card 6, what is likely to happen in the near future? This is very much Celtic cross energy, isn't it? So, near future position. So Rowan is telling us that we're actually protected here. There's nothing to worry about. So put these doubts in the past where they belong and know that we're protected with Rowan. It's a very protective tree. So then we have card 7, milk and butter. What is your attitude about this situation? This is your attitude. Fertilising. Oh, there it is. Fertilising. Food is not the only thing that nourishes you, dear one. Be mindful of what you feed your soul. Oh, okay, so it's down to us, isn't it? It's down to us how to think about these things. and form our own attitude. You know, if we think negative thoughts, then we can attract negative situations because that's what we see. So that's a really good advice here. The next card, what guidance do you need the most right now from the Oracle? There's talking going on outside, which is quite close to my window, so I do apologise if you can hear that in the background, but the light's going, so I want to actually carry on with this spread while I can. I can see there's a shadow, I'm afraid. But if I don't carry on, I will lose the momentum of this spread. So I do apologise if you can hear my neighbour in the garden. But let's carry on anyway. And we have, what guidance do you need the most right now? Let's see what we get. Milk and butter. So this is like the silk off one's flesh. I am the giver. I am your eternal. So I wonder what that means. It means belief. The universe always provides no matter your circumstances, and milk and butter is here to remind you to lean on spirit for all your needs. So that goes back to the beginning, doesn't it? You know, and taking time. Instead of rushing through things, actually take time is the advice, I think, that will lead us to milk and butter. It brings the message of faith. If you've not seen your dreams coming to fruition, it's because deep down you are not a believer in your magic. And that actually goes along with fertilising. You know, thoughts become things, I've heard say, and the way we talk to ourselves is how we manifest what it is that we want. So that's a really nice message from the Oracle. Our next position, what possibilities are available to you? What possibilities are available to you? Sacrifice, a bit of a hanged man energy there. You must find the ebb and flow of life within your very self. Embracing it all is embracing truth. So the possibilities are all about change. So change is going to bring future possibilities. It invites you to let go of something that's preventing your growth. So, yeah, we can see the growth here in the tree, can't we? You do not wish to move on, but deep down you know it's a necessary step on your path towards greater fulfillment. We've got tree energy there as well, echoing. So we're protected here. It's shown us we're protected. Know that you are on your way to more, but the moment is still bittersweet. Putting sacrifice shows that you have some doubts about your next step. You wonder if you've made the right choice or if you will later regret your actions. Yes, there will be challenges ahead and perhaps more sacrifices to come, but you must be willing to sacrifice something small to reap the rewards of something greater. It's time to commit to your choices and move on in the knowledge that there is much more for you to explore. I almost got like an egg here as well, you know, like the birth of something new. This is a beautiful reading, I think. Fertilising. So we're on to the outcome now. What's the outcome of this situation? What is the outcome of this situation? What is the outcome? B. Don't drink all of life from one flower, for there are many to taste and many to explore. Ooh. Interesting. Okay, so that's the very first card in the deck. And it's all about possibilities. So the outcome is possibilities. So it is, the whole reading seems to be about that, doesn't it? You know, leaving your doubts in the past, knowing you're protected, letting go of what no longer serves, taking time for yourself, not rushing around too much. So every day, thousands and thousands of hard-working bees travel miles in search of pollen to bring back to the hive as nourishment. Perhaps bee would rather stay inside the hive out of fear of being a tiny little creature in a big wide world, but bee knows it cannot build without the right resources and that it must be willing to leave the comforts of home in search of more. This is sort of an echoing message here as well, isn't it? Be willing to put yourself out there. Same message. Universe will provide for your needs. So we have this card here. But you must be willing to step outside the box, which is also this card here, isn't it? There is never just one source and always many possibilities waiting for you. So one lost opportunity, which you might have felt here, will be replaced by another, but perhaps wrapped in a different packaging. And one relation gone will be filled with the love of someone who can better attend to your needs, even if this new love is the exact opposite of your usual type. Just as bee travels from flower to flower, you too may need to try different avenues and trust your inner wings to guide you until your potential is distributed to the right place. As you reach beyond your familiar boundaries, you will begin to expand your idea of what is good, right and possible. The further you extend yourself, the more resources, tools, people and opportunities you shall find. Bee reminds you to keep an open mind, as doing what you've always done will get you what you've always had. Consider avenues you would never dream of embracing. You may find a whole new field of flowers from which to pick. So it's encouraging, a very encouraging spread to actually go out into the world, be yourself, explore all the possibilities available to you, and stop rushing around like a fool. Sit quietly. I mean, especially with this sort of sacrifice energy and then this stone circle energy, it's really, and the self-worship, really encouraging you to slow down, not get caught up in past situations that maybe have made you feel disempowered. We can weave together a new story. And I think that's the message of this, actually, is to weave a new story, see all the possibilities that are available to you. Don't put all your eggs in one basket sort of thing with the bee energy here. Know that you are protected. Know that you can actually express yourself truthfully without worry, you know. This is like the sort of shadow underneath card here, and maybe we've been a little bit afraid to express ourselves, to show the world who we truly are. So yeah, milk and butter are coming, and make sure your thoughts align with your goals and expectations. Don't expect the worst to happen all the time. Go in with an open mind, maybe with the fool's mind, you know. Be open to experience and whatever's going to come. Know that it's for your best good. I like that. So I'm going to end there. That's my little Beltane card spread from Seasons of the Witch Beltane Oracle. And I wish you all a fantastic Beltane. And until my next video, bye friends. Bye.